everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about repository server and its role in bioinformatics. A repository server is a crucial component for managing code and digital assets. Let's dive into the world of repository server and discover their benefits and features. Repository servers are powerful tools for version control, collaboration and code base management. They provide a centralized platform to store, organize and control access to your digital assets. This server is responsible for storing and managing the source code and related files for a software project. Developers use the repository server to collaborate, track changes and maintain a history of project's development. Features of repository server. Here are some key points related to a repository server. First is storage. A repository server stores software packages and related metadata. These packages can include application software, libraries, drivers and more. Version control system. A repository server is closely associated with version control system such as Git, Subversion, Mercurial or others. These version control system allows developers to track changes to their code base over time, collaborate with others and manage different versions of code. There are two main types of repository server models. One is centralized. In a centralized version control system, there is a single central repository server that stores the entire history of the project. Developer commit changes to these central server and they can pull the latest code from it. Example SVN Subversion. Second one is the distributed version control system. In a distributed version control system, each developer has their own local copy of the repository, including the complete history. They can commit changes locally and then push them to remote repository server. Git is the most popular distributed version control system. Collaboration. Repository server facilitate collaboration among developers by providing a centralized location to share code. They help prevent conflicts as developer can merge their changes and resolve conflicts through version control system. Access control. Repository servers often have access control mechanism allowing project owners or administrator to manage who can read, write or make changes to the code base. These helps maintain security and privacy. Distribution. They provide a central point for distributing software packages to multiple users or systems. This is especially important in scenarios where you want to ensure that everyone is using the same version of particular software component. Dependency management. Many programming languages and development environments rely on repository server for dependency management. Developers specify dependencies in their projects and the repository server fetches and manages these dependencies automatically. History and tracking. A repository server keeps a detailed history of all changes made to the project, making it possible to track when changes were made, who made these changes and what was modified. This history is invaluable for debugging and auditing. Backup and recovery. Repository servers are crucial for backup and recovery purposes. They ensure that code base is safely stored and can be restored in case of data loss or system failures. In summary, a repository server is a fundamental component of modern software development, enabling teams to manage and collaborate on code efficiently while maintaining a complete history of changes. Different types of repository servers. There are several types of repository server that serve different purposes and are used in various contexts depending on the specific needs of project or organization. Here are some of the different types of repository servers. Git repository server. Git is an open source distributed version control system which allows you to maintain software, source code, documents or any type of file on a computer with speed and efficiency. With Git, you can collaborate with different groups of people simultaneously with relative ease. There are different examples of Git. First one is GitLab. GitLab is a web-based platform that provides Git repository management, continuous integration and develops lifecycle features. It can be used both as cloud-based services and on-premise installation. GitHub. GitHub is a popular cloud-based Git repository hosting service that offers collaboration features, issue tracking and project management tool. It is widely used by open source projects and software development. Bitbucket. Bitbucket is another cloud-based Git repository hosting service that allows supports Mercurial repositories. It is known for its integration with other Atlassian tools like Jira and Confluence. Gitolite. Gitolite is a lightweight and highly customizable Git server that allows fine-grained access control and is often used for managing Git repositories on a dedicated server. Subversion repository servers. It is a database filled with your code, files and other project assets. A subversion repository server maintains a complete history of every changes ever made. The example of SVS is Apache Subversion. This subversion is a centralized version control system. You can set up SVN repository server using the Apache Subversion server software, which allows team to collaborate on code with central repository. Mercurial repository server. Mercurial repository server is a free distributed version control system. It is also referred to as a revision control system. And the example of Mercurial repository server is Road Code. Road Code is a platform that supports Mercurial and Git repositories. It provides version control, access control, code review and collaboration features. Package managers and dependency repositories. Nexus Repository Manager is a package manager. It is used for managing binary artifacts, dependencies and components. It is commonly used for Java based projects and supports various package formats. Artifactory. JFrog Artifactory is another popular binary repository manager that supports multiple package formats and integrates with CI/CD pipelines. Container registry servers. Docker registry. Docker registry is used for storing and distributing Docker container images. It allows you to host your own private container registry to manage Docker images securely. Code review and collaboration platform. Fabricator. Fabricator is a suite of web-based tools for code review, project management and collaboration. It includes a repository browser and supports Git, Mercurial and Subversion. Xerit. Xerit is a web-based code review and project management tool primarily designed for Git repositories. It is often used in projects that requires a strict code review process. Document repositories. Platforms like SharePoint, Confluence and Documentum serve as a document repositories where team can store, collaborate on and manage documents. Artifact repositories. Tools like Apache, Archiva and JFrog Artifactory can also serve as repositories for storing non-binary artifacts and documents related to software development. These are just a few examples of different types of repository servers available. The choice of repository servers depends on factors like the version control system used, project requirement, collaboration needs and scalability consideration. Organizations often uses a combination of repository servers to meet their diverse needs. Setting up and configuring a repository server. Setting up and configuring a repository server typically involves creating a centralized location where you can store and manage your version control file, often using a version control system like Git. This guide assumes you want to set up a Git repository server, but the general principle can apply to other version control system as well. Here are the steps to set up and configure a repository server. First, choose a hosting option. Decide whether you want to host your repository server on premise or use cloud-based solution. Popular cloud-based options include GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket and Azure DevOps. If you prefer an on-premise solution, you can set up Git on your own server. Install Git. If you are setting up on-premise server, you will need to install Git on your server machine. You can download Git from the official website, that is https://git-scm.com, and follows the installation instruction for your specific operating system. Then create a user account. If you are setting up a dedicated server for hosting repositories, create a user account specifically for managing repositories. This account will be used for pushing and pulling changes to and from the server. Initialize a bare repositories. On your server, create a directory to store the repositories. Inside this directory, you will initialize a bare Git repository using the command. Replace your repo.git with the name you want to give to your repository and create a account. Then set up access control. Depending on your hosting solution, you will need to configure access control to ensure only authorized user can access and modify the repositories. These may involve setting up SSH keys, configuring user permission and defining user roles. Backup and monitoring. Implement regular backup procedure to protect your repositories. Additionally, set up monitoring to ensure the server is running smoothly and to detect any issues proactively. Documentation and training. Create documentation for your team on how to use the repository server effectively. Training of your team on Git and specific server setup is crucial for a successful implementation. Remember that specific steps and tools you use may vary depending on your chosen hosting solution and your organization's requirement. It is also important to keep your server and Git software up to date to ensure security and performance. Managing and maintaining a repository server. Managing and maintaining a repository server is crucial to ensure the availability, performance, security and reliability of your version control system. Following are the key steps and best practice for managing and maintaining a repository server. First one is regular backups. Implement a robust backup strategy to safeguard your repositories and server data. Regular backup both the repository and any configuration settings. Test your backup and restore procedures periodically to ensure they work as expected. Security measures. Keep your server software and operating systems up to date with security patches to protect against vulnerabilities. Configure access control and permission to restrict repository access to authorized users only. Use secure communication protocols like HTTPS or SSH to transfer data to and from the server. Consider implementing two-factor authentication for user accounts to enhance security. Monitoring and alerts. Set up monitoring tools to track the server's performance, resource usage and uptime. Create alerts to notify administrators of any issues or anomalies such as high CPU or memory usage, disk space, running low or server downtime. Scaling for growth. Plan for scalability to accommodate increased repository size and user load as your project or organization grows. Consider using load balancers and clustering for high availability. Regularly assesses server performance to identify potential bottlenecks and address them proactively. Regular maintenance. Schedule routine maintenance tasks such as cleaning up old repositories, optimizing data performance if applicable, and removing unused accounts and access keys. Keep an eye on repository size and disk usage to prevent running out of storage. Disaster recovery plan. Develop a disaster recovery plan that outlines how you will handle catastrophic failure or data loss. Ensure backups are part of this plan. Test your disaster recovery procedure periodically to ensure they are effective. Documentation and training. Maintain documentation that cover server setup, configuration and best practices for your team. Keep it up to date as changes are made. Train your team members on how to use the repository server effectively and how to troubleshoot common issues. Regular software updates. Stay up to date with the version control software like Git, SVN you are using on the server. New version may bring performance improvement and security enhancement. Compliance and regulation. Ensure your repository server complies with any industry specific regulation and data privacy law applicable to your organization. Managing and maintaining a repository server is an ongoing process that requires vigilance and proactive management. Regularly reviewing and updating your server's configuration and practices will help keep your version control system running smoothly and securely. Role of repository server in bioinformatics. Repository servers plays a crucial role in the field of bioinformatics by serving as centralized platform or databases for storing, managing and providing access to a wide range of biological and biomedical data as well as computational tools and resources. The role of repository server in bioinformatics is multifaceted and includes the following key aspects: data storage and management. Repository server store diverse biological data type including DNA and protein sequence, genomic data, transcriptomic data, structural information, functional annotation and many more. Data organization. They organize data in a structured manner, making it easily searchable and accessible to researchers and scientists. Data sharing and accessibility. Repository server make data accessibility to the global research community, promoting data sharing, collaboration and transparency. Data standardization. They often adhere to data standard and formats, ensuring consistency and compatibility with other resources and tools. Data integration. Integration of diverse data. Repository servers integrate data from multiple resources including experimental data sets, public databases and computational predictions, creating comprehensive data sets for analysis. Cross-referencing. They establish relationship and cross-reference between different data sets, enabling researchers to navigate interconnected biological information. Data analysis and visualization tool. Many repository servers provide computational tools, software packages and workflows for data analysis, allowing researchers to perform various bioinformatics tasks. Visualization. They may offer data visualization tool and interactive interfaces for exploring complex biological data. Resource discovery. Search and retrieval. Repository servers offer search functionalities allowing researchers to discover specific data tools or resources based on keywords, metadata or queries. Advanced search option. Advanced search option enables researchers to filter and refine their searches based on specific criteria. Data curation and quality control. Data curation. Repository servers often involve data curation efforts to ensure data quality, accuracy and consistency. Curator may annotate and validate data sets. Version control. They may maintain version control to track updates and revision of data sets and resources. Community contribution. Many repository servers encourages contribution from the research community, allowing researchers to share their data sets, tools and resources with the broader scientific community. Collaborative projects. They may facilitate collaborative projects and data sharing initiatives among researchers. Education and training. Tutorial and documentation. Repository servers often provide educational materials, tutorials and documentation to help researchers effectively use the data and tools available. User supports. They may offer user support services including help desk and forums to assist researchers with data retrieval and analysis. Long-term data preservation. For data archiving, repository servers serve as a long-term archives for biological data, ensuring its preservation and accessibility for future generation of researchers. Accelerating research. By centralizing data and tools, repository servers accelerate the pace of research in bioinformatics by providing researchers with easy access to essential resources, reducing duplication of efforts and fostering collaboration. In summary, repository servers are fundamental components of the bioinformatics ecosystem, facilitating data-driven research, collaboration and knowledge dissemination. They enable researchers to harness biological data, computational tools and resources to advance our understanding of genetics, genomics, proteomics and related fields. Challenges in managing bioinformatics repository server. Managing bioinformatics repository servers comes with unique challenges due to complex nature of biological data and specific need of bioinformatics research. These challenges include heterogeneity of data. Biological data comes in various formats including DNA sequence, protein structures and experimental results. Managing and versioning these diverse data types can be challenging. Large data volumes. Bioinformatic dataset can be enormous, such as whole genome sequence, which require substantial storage and efficient data retrieval mechanism. Data versioning and provenance. Keeping track of data version changes and the lineage of data is crucial for reproducibility in bioinformatics. Maintaining clear data provenance can be complex. Computational resources. Bioinformatics often involves computationally intensive tasks which requires powerful server hardware and scalable infrastructure to handle the computational load efficiently. Collaboration across institutions. Bioinformatics research frequently involves collaboration across multiple research institutes and organizations. Ensuring seamless data sharing and collaboration while maintaining data integrity can be challenging. Data integration. Integrating data from various sources and formats to perform analysis can be complex. Data integration pipelines needs to be well maintained and adaptable. Specialized tools. Bioinformatics researchers often rely on specialized software tools and libraries. Managing these tools, ensuring they are up to date and resolving compatibility issues can be time consuming. Data quality and annotation. Ensuring the quality of biological data and maintaining accurate annotations are ongoing challenges in bioinformatics. It requires data curation and validation process, data retrieval and query performance. Efficient retrieval and querying of biological data are essential for research. Optimizing database performance for complex queries can be difficult. Addressing these challenges in bioinformatics repository server management requires a combination of domain specific knowledge, IT expertise and collaboration between bioinformatics data scientists and IT professionals. It is essential to stay up to date with advancement in both bioinformatics and IT to effectively manage and support bioinformatics research. Future direction and emerging trends in bioinformatics repository. Bioinformatics is a rapidly evolving field and the management of bioinformatics repository server is no exception. Several future direction and emerging trends are likely to shape and landscape of bioinformatics repository servers. Cloud-based repositories. Increasing adoption of cloud computing for storing and managing bioinformatic data due to scalability, cost effectiveness and ease of access. Use of cloud-based tools and services for data storage, analysis and collaboration in a decentralized manner. Data integration and interoperability. Enhance efforts to integrate diverse biological data types from various sources to enable comprehensive analysis. Development of standards and data formats to improve interoperability between different bioinformatics repositories. AI and machine learning integration. Integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms into bioinformatics repository servers for data analysis, feature extraction and predictive modeling. Automated data curation, quality control and data driven discovery. High performance computing. Increased uses of high performance computing, clusters and supercomputing resources to perform large scale computational analysis on bioinformatics data. Optimization of bioinformatics software for parallel processing and distributed computing. Personalized medicine and genomic data. Expansion of repositories focused on individual genomic data supporting personalized medicine initiatives. secure and ethical management of sensitive patient-specific data. Real-time data streams. Managing real-time data streams from sensors, environmental monitoring and ongoing experiments, especially in the field like metagenomics and environmental microbiology. Bioinformatics repository server will continue to evolve to meet the demands of modern biological research, leveraging technological advancement and interdisciplinary collaboration to support data-driven discoveries and translational application in the field such as genomics, proteomics, metagenomics and beyond. Bioinformatics repository server. In bioinformatics, a repository server is centralized platform or databases that host a wide range of biological data, software tools and resources for researchers, scientists and professionals working in the field of bioinformatics. This repository serves as a valuable resource for accessing, sharing and analyzing biological information, facilitating research and advancing our understanding of genomics, proteomics and related fields. Here are some examples of bioinformatics repository servers. First one is genomic data repository server. A genomic data repository server is a specialized platform or databases that stores and manage genomic data including DNA sequences, genetic variation, gene expression profile, epigenetic information and other related data types. These repositories are crucial for researchers, scientists and institutions working in the area of genomics and related fields, as they provide centralized access to vast amount of genomic data for various research purposes. Here are some key components and purposes of genomic data repository servers. Example of popular genomic data repository servers and resources include GenBank, European Nucleotide Archives, the Cancer Genome Atlas, ENCODE project, 1000 Genome project, Genotype Tissue Expression project. These genomic data repository servers are fundamental resources for genomics research, allowing scientists to access, analyze and share genomic data and annotation, ultimately contributing to our understanding of genetics, genomics and related fields. Researchers can use this platform to study genetic variation, gene functions, disease mechanism and evolutionary biology. Transcriptomic data repositories. Genomic and transcriptomic data repositories are specialized platform or databases that focus on storing and managing genomic and transcriptomic data, which are critical for research in genomics, functional genomics and molecular biology. These repositories provide access to a wide range of data typing including DNA and RNA sequence, genetic variation, gene expression profile and associated metadata. Researchers, scientists and institutions use these repositories for various purposes such as studying gene function, identifying disease associated variants and exploring gene expression pattern. Here are some examples of popular transcriptomic data repositories and resources include Gene Expression Omnibus, Expression Atlas, Tissue Specific Gene, Expression and Regulation, the Cancer Genome Atlas, Protein Data Repository. Protein data repository are specialized databases and resources that store and provide access to a wide range of information about proteins including protein sequences, structures, functions, interaction and annotation. These repositories are essential for researchers, biologists, bioinformaticians and structural biologists working in the area of molecular biology, genomics, proteomics and drug discovery. Here are some examples of protein data repositories: UniProt, Protein Data Bank, NCBI Protein, SwissProt and String, a search tool for the retrieval of interacting genes and protein. Bioinformatics tool repositories. Bioinformatics tool repositories are online platform or databases that host a wide range of software tools, algorithms, and resource designed for various bioinformatics and computational biology applications. These repositories serve as a centralized hub for researchers and scientists to discover, access, download, and utilize bioinformatics tools and resources for tasks such as sequence analysis, structural biology, data visualization, and many more. Here are some prominent bioinformatics tool repositories. First one is Bioconductor, Galaxy Toolset, EBI Tool and Services, Bioconda, BioStars Tools, NCBI Tools and Softwares. Functional Annotation Repositories. Functional annotation repositories are databases or resources that provide information about the functional characteristics and biological role of genes, proteins, and other biomolecules. These repositories curate and aggregate data from various sources including experimental studies, computational analysis, and literature mining to annotate genes and gene product with functional information. Functional annotation are crucial for understanding the biological significance of genes and proteins, interpreting high throughput omics data, and conducting functional genomics research. Here are some notable functional annotation repositories. One is Gene Ontology, Kaito Encyclopedia of Genes and Genomes, Reactome, Protein Analysis through Evolutionary Relationship, Panther. Phylogenetic Data Repositories. Phylogenetic data repositories are specialized databases and resources that store and provide access to data related to the evolutionary relationship and phylogenetic trees of organisms. These repositories play a critical role in evolutionary biology, systematics, and comparative genomics research by offering a centralized source of phylogenetic data, including sequence alignment, trees, and associated metadata. Here are some examples of phylogenetic data repositories: Treebase, Philopic, Tallweb, Open Tree of Life. Conclusion and key takeaways. Enhanced research collaboration. Repository servers enable scientists worldwide to collaborate, accelerating bioinformatics research. Data accessibility and reproducibility. Accessible data and tools empowers researchers to reproduce and verify scientific results. Technological advancement. Adopting new technologies like cloud computing and artificial intelligence will shape the future of repository servers. Thank you.